Wait, there's something very weak coming through.
In time, you will learn to trust your feelings. Then you will be invincible.
I am more powerful than the Chancellor. I can overthrow him. And together, you and I can rule the galaxy. Make things the way we want them to be.
I am your father. He can destroy the Emperor. He has foreseen this. It is your destiny. Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Hello, Galactic listeners. I'm Aaron Julian, and this is WSTR Galactic Public Access, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 127. Today, we are going to be talking about staying in the family business with a special guest, Tyler Vandenbrand. Welcome to the show, Tyler.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Of course, we love having guests on. It keeps it interesting. We get all crusty and boring. We got to have new blood in here. So thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Yeah. Awesome. And joining me today, as always, Miss Heather Allred.
A, I'm not old. B, I'm not crusty.
You showered today? You showered today?
You are the glue that keeps this show together, I swear.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
And by old and crusty, I mean Mr. Todd Hoffman.
Oh, I am the oldest. I don't know if
And
I'm...
myself. Look, I'm ahead of the curve. Just take a look at me.
You act like an old man. I am an old man. So.
All right. Awesome. Well, stick with us, everybody listening. Thank you for tuning in. We got to pay some bills. As they say, it ain't easy living with a price on your head. So you could find everyone here except myself on social media at WSTR Media, all one word, all lowercase. You could send us an email at mailbox@wstrmedia.com. Leave us a voicemail at 630-557-WSTR. That's 630-557-9787. We want to hear from you. We want to hear you, your voice. Blast it across the galactic holonet. Don't be shy. Our entire back catalog of episodes and all relevant links can be found at podcast.wstrmedia.com, the home of WSTR Galactic Public Access. I'm going to tell you why you should check out Audible.
Why, Aaron? Why?
Here's why. It's an easy, no-risk way to support this podcast and find some entertainment and education in the downtime of your day. Audible is Amazon's audiobook service, which brings you over 425,000 titles to choose from wherever and whenever you want to listen. Head on over to audibletrial.com/WSTR to grab your free 30-day trial, which includes a free audiobook of your choice and now 2 free Audible originals with a new selection cycled out each month. Free! I know, that's a lot of free. You might be wondering, what in the dang heck is an Audible original? Well, let me tell you. These are audiobooks produced for and available exclusively through Audible. You can't find them anywhere else. And here's what's waiting for you this month of June. We've got, I think the one that's claimed my heart the most, the one that's got me raptured, is the Alien 3 script audio drama. So, speaking of drama, this film.
Aliens 3 or Alien?
Alien 3.
Oh,
They
There's some
they
drama.
changed directors and writers like underwear. It was crazy. And the end result was a bit of a disappointment to a lot of people. However, there was a draft of the script. I can't remember the name of the guy right now. This is a horrible ad read. But I think it was William Gibson. He wrote a draft of the script, which has, thanks to the power of the internet, been leaked online. People have passed it around. And a lot of people say it's like better than Alien 3 had any right to ever could be. But alas, it was just filed away into a dusty file drawer. Until now, you get to hear it. and it stars Lance Henriksen and Michael Biehn, two of the
Originals.
Alien veterans, yes, of the franchise, reprising their roles in the movie with a great narrator, great production. It's slick. It draws you in. It's amazing. I love it. As a fellow science fiction fan, I think you will too. But there's only one way to get it. You've got to head over to audibletrial.com/WSTR. Grab your free 30-day trial today. Get your audiobook of your choice. Your 2 free Audible originals. And you know what? When you do that, head on over to our Twitter page. Send us a Twitter page. I am an old man.
Go to our MySpace page.
Send us a Twitter and
page face.
Tell us what book you picked out. We want to know. And tell us what you think. So one more time, that's audibletrial.com/WSTR for your free audiobook and 2 free Audible originals. Lastly, we got merch. We can cover you head to toe in WSTR apparel. Thanks to our good friends over at teespring.com. You can head on over there. We got you a shortcut. store.wstrmedia.com. You can get hats, hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, stickers, yoga pants, the whole shebang from your head to your feet down over at store. Merchandising. All the way over at store.wstrmedia.com. All right. Some of you lot think that news items are spoilers, and indeed, sometimes they are. So, to spare you, we're going to move the news to the end and have Heather tease it for you. Heather, take it away.
I'm on it. All right, here we go. I've got some teasers. Everyone's favorite meal, leftovers.
Okay.
Misa okay.
Okay.
Everyone has an opinion.
Yep.
That they do. That they do.
Put that out there. And then lastly, wallet recovery.
I'm feeling it.
And it might not even be
it.
recovered yet.
Oh man.
It's just a lot. So there you have it. Four quick items. You'll have to wait though for the rest
Heather.
of it.
Yep. Thank you very much. Now, Todd, this is my weekly stumbling out of the cave. Why don't you take us through on over to what's happening at the Twitter Trash Compactor?
Get in there, you big polio! I don't care what you smell! Get in there and don't worry about it!
All right. Every week we run a poll. This last week we were talking about Yak Face. Okay, so the poll was, what is your favorite nickname Star Wars alien? All right, Tyler, I'm going to start with you, buddy. Okay, we got Squid Head, Walrus Man, Hammerhead, Yak Face. Out of those 4, which one would have you picked?
You know, I'm going to have to go with Hammerhead on this one. And there's a good reason behind that. So, Clone Wars episode.
Yeah.
Way back, when young Akbar was swimming around with the Mon Calamari.
Yeah.
And they're underwater, and the Separatists had this shark alien. I cannot think of his name right now. But Hammerhead, that'd be sweet. Reminds me of him, so gotta go with him.
Okay.
Right on.
There you go. All right, Heather. Squid Head, Walrus Man, Hammerhead, Yak Face.
So I super forgot to vote this week, guys. I know.
You blasphemer.
I know. I don't even know why I'm here. But I think I am going to go with Walrus Man.
Oh, Panda Baba. Very good. All right. Aaron, who's your favorite out of this one?
I have this mental image of this octopus guy, just like his head's just continuously slimy, as if he's like always sweating.
Right.
And even if he rubs it off, it's just like
Sweat.
it just comes back.
Yeah.
Like there's no rubbing it off.
Yeah.
And that thought is it's strangely humorous to me. So I'm going to go with Squid Head.
Oh my gosh. You know,
just like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, all right. So Squid Head and Yak Face are in Return of Jedi, and Jabba's little we couldn't figure out what you would call it. His family room, his lounge area, whatever it is.
His foyer.
Yeah. they down there. Walrus Man and Hammerhead are 2 Cantina aliens in A New Hope. I would have picked Hammerhead because he is a fun character, and and so did the internet. Hammerhead won. Squidhead got 0 votes. 0 votes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Squidhead.
Yeah, I know. And
the Hammerheads are in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes. Ithorians. And Tyler, your shark guy is Riff Tamson. Riff.
That's right.
Yeah, he
That's a cool name.
Yeah, it's cool. He
lives
was
up
cool.
to the name too.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Aaron, it's like Twitter just wants you to come back because yesterday Spider-Man 4 was trending because yes.
We all know that's important.
I know, because Marvel released a picture of the number 4 in Spidey webbing, and it's Sam Raimi's number 4. So there was a lot of Toby gifts going on.
My headphones almost fell off.
We know you love your Toby.
I'll set up for some Sam Raimi Spider-Man. You kidding me?
Yeah. So the long story short is basically, Raimi was trying to work on. He didn't like Spider-Man 3. Well, no one did, and he was trying to get the script together for Spider-Man 4. He was taking too long, and he basically told Marvel, just reboot it, and that's what they did. Twice. So after that, basically, here's a fun fact: the last comic to sell 1 million copies was Star Wars #1, Marvel, which was almost 5 years ago. And this guy, CB Subliski, I guess is his name on the old Twitter. I feel it's about time we publish another title that sells over 7 figures. And I think I have an idea. That's when they dropped the little Marvel or the little Spidey 4. And basically the speculation is that they have the old the finished Sam Raimi script for Spider-Man 4. And they're going to put it in comic form.
In comic form?
Yes.
Ooh. This might be my gateway drug into the world of comics.
Right. So yeah, that's it's very surprising that it's Star Wars Spider-Man or Star Wars #1 was the last one to sell 1 million copies.
Oh, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
It had its numbers bolstered by a deal with Loot Crate. So they just gave out a ton of copies with that month's Loot Crate and called it a sale.
Oh my gosh.
Now Spider-Man 4 is going to blow it out of the water.
See who's the old man now already? All right, Tyler. We have a running. Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Who?
Yeah, your actor. So is it like Toby?
Yeah. I would
is it Tom? Is it Andrew? Like,
well, that's tough for me because I would say that in 1 and 2, it's definitely Tobey Maguire.
Oh,
but we get to the new Avengers movies and then Civil War when we see Tom Holland for the first time. I respect that a lot. So I'd say it's a close one between 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and Mr. Tom Holland himself.
Well, we're Heather and I are in Camp Tom and Aaron's there at Camp Toby. So,
well, I kind of weasel out of it. So
I know you always you got like a hanging Chad. You know, it's like
Tobey Maguire. He's my favorite Spider-Man. Tom Holland. He's my favorite Peter Parker.
You can't do that.
I can, and I will. So yeah, I just did it. You can't stop me.
Well, there you go, Aaron. That was a spicy tweet for this week, just for you.
That was a spicy tweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You saved it just for me.
I did.
It wasn't a Spidey tweet.
Oh, jeez. I thought Aaron was the only ones with the dad jokes, but you are.
Everybody's a dad on Father's Day.
Hey.
Speaking of which,
let us move on to our main topic.
And now for our feature presentation.
All right, so Tyler, you're in the hot seat. You're our guest. So why don't you tell us your Star Wars story. How do you get in Star Wars? What do you like about Star Wars? All that fun stuff.
So I got into Star Wars with Lego when I was a kid.
Oh,
all right.
I think that's the first Lego answer.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome.
It's uncommon, but before I ever saw the movies, I got a Lego set, and it was one of the ones that actually, interestingly enough, came out in the 20th anniversary remake sets that they came out with recently.
Gotcha.
The Imperial dropship, and I played with that thing all the time. And then shortly after that, I saw A New Hope for the first time, and then was hooked.
Wow. So how old were you when you about that time?
When I had that first Lego set, I was probably 4 or 5.
Okay.
And then I saw A New Hope right at 5, and then that was right when Attack of the Clones came out in the theaters too. So I saw that as a 5-year-old in the theaters, which was just an awesome experience.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Man, that Imperial dropship. I bet you were disappointed that's not even in the movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured that one out later, and it's been tearing me apart ever since.
Hey, you got the Han Solo minifigures. So
I did.
Can't be too angry.
He's got a nice spot on my display collection. That's for sure.
That's awesome.
Okay, so you're 5. You got the Lego in your hand. You'll see Attack of Clones. Do you waver from that, or you are like straight up, I love Star Wars from here on out?
Oh, absolutely. I love Star Wars from here on out. No change in my mind at that point. And no one was going to tell 5-year-old Tyler that CGI was terrible either.
5-year-old Tyler didn't know about the CGI, man.
Nope. 5-year-old Tyler was blown away with that movie. That's for sure.
Yep. All right. So now you're a little bit older. Tell us what you're doing right now.
So, 21 now, and I have...
You're legal?
Legal. Had the privilege of seeing let's see, now it's 2 of them, but both The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi on the premiere. Saw both of them opening night, which was awesome. And I think it was about the time that The Force Awakens came out, because there was obviously a huge gap from Revenge of the Sith, The Force Awakens, and so during that time, still loved Star Wars, but there wasn't a whole lot besides the Clone Wars that was going on.
Right.
And then when The Force Awakens came out, they kind of just relit the fire that I already had, and shortly after that, I found out about the 501st, and that's what got me started on that.
So did you go to an event, or were you... How'd you find out about that?
So it was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. My little brother wanted me to take him trick-or-treating, but I didn't want to go without a costume.
Duh.
So, yeah. I mean, you can't just go without a costume.
No, that's lame.
No, so lame. And so I was just searching around on eBay, because I was like, man, it'd be sweet to find a Darth Vader costume. And I got lucky and found the Ruby's Supreme Edition Darth Vader for like $210. Some guy was selling it used. So I no brainer picked it up. And it was awesome. I loved it. It was a sweet costume. But I found out really quickly how inaccurate it was. And I went to a Comic-Con in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I live.
Okay.
And the 501st, the Michigan chapter, Great Lakes Garrison, was there. And I saw what it looks like to have a authentic, movie screen accurate costume. And then the rubies disappeared and was never coming back.
So that started your itch, and then you picked Vader?
Yeah, so Vader was never... There was never going to be another character. Vader was always my favorite. I had Darth Vader everything growing up, and it was never going to be anything different. I knew if I joined this group, I wanted to be the spotlight, and Darth Vader steals the spotlight. So
there he is. Yeah, he's a hero character.
There you go.
Yep. So that's that's what's really cool about it too, is no matter what event I'm at, the kids' reactions to seeing Darth Vader is just it's so special. So that's awesome.
That's awesome. So how long did it take you to build or assemble your Darth Vader kit? So from completely disassembling the rubies to having the authentic approved A New Hope
Darth Vader, it took me about 6.5 or 7 months, which is actually really fast compared to some other times that it's taken some people to build a similar costume. I got a little bit lucky on some eBay finds, and then some of the build times for some of the prop makers have been pretty fast too. So 7 months, 6.5, 7 months was a really good time for me, and it's still getting upgraded because I want to get it as good as it can be, but it's definitely come along. So
that's awesome. What? So how many troops have you been on?
I've only been on 2 official troops since joining. I wasn't approved until late February.
Okay.
And then by the time a good opening for a troop came along, it was already, I think, end of March. And then I had a little bit of an issue with my bodysuit, the, like the black leather part, the actual main bodysuit.
Yeah.
Had a rip, and then it took forever to send it back and get it stitched up.
Oh.
So that put me out of commission for a while. But
yeah.
I'm 2 troops in, and I got a couple more coming up this month. So looking forward to it.
Nice. Well, yeah, the other thing for our listeners is that, like, since he's a hero character, there can't be a lot of hero characters at the same event. So
correct. Yeah.
You gotta get dibs on that. Is there other Vaders in your garrison?
Yeah, we actually have, I think, 6 Vaders in our garrison.
Nice.
I'm the only Vader from A New Hope, which is really cool. We've got 3 Empire Strikes Back Vaders, which obviously a lot of people think is the coolest looking. I would agree, but I just wanted to be a little bit unique, so I went with A New Hope. So,
what are the differences between the two, the New Hope and Empire Strikes Back Vader?
So between those two, there's actually quite a bit. The shape of the helmet, if you look at Darth Vader in A New Hope, where the brow comes down over the eyes, it's pointed. And in Empire, it sits a little bit higher and it's rounded off up top. And then you'll also definitely notice if you rewatch the movies, it's a very dull looking helmet.
It's very flat. Yeah, it's very flat. Yeah.
Yep. And then by Empire, they got their lighting figured out, and they realized that they could make him look cooler and capture all the shapes and everything. So they did a gloss black dome for Empire, and then I think Empire also has
like a matte black for New Hope.
Yep. Yeah, it's more of like a matte satin for A New Hope.
Gotcha.
And then I think Empire also has blinking lights on the chest box. And in A New Hope, it was just painted green and red. So kind of boring, but
it works.
It's actually, yeah. And if you look at it up close, some of the the actual on-screen props that they used for A New Hope, it's pretty laughable how cheesy they look.
I've got more to say about that, but I'll hold it for you. You'll find out.
Well, you're in good company because Heather's she's almost there to be in the 501st.
Ooh, what are you making, Heather?
She's going to be making a Jawa. She's making a Jawa.
Cool.
So yeah. So she's making a Jawa, and I'm a New Hope TK. So I'm a stormtrooper.
Nice.
So yeah. So I've been trooping since 2016. So little before Rogue One.
Okay.
That's when I joined, and now we're just trying to get Aaron to join.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Come on. You got to do it. It's so rewarding.
I know, but school and money.
I know.
Hey, I was there. It's just you got to just set those tuition dollars aside. Make the sacrifice.
You're killing me, dude. You're showing me up.
Like, don't go to school. That's what he's saying. Just
drop out.
College doesn't get you anywhere anyway.
Just work. Yeah.
You think Vader finished school?
No.
No. All right. So, what has been your favorite moment? So I know you only been on a couple, but what's been your favorite moment as far as like kids' reactions to your costume?
So I was up in Marquette, Michigan, which is all the way up in Michigan's northern peninsula, right on Lake Superior. And I was up there for a May the 4th troop.
Perfect.
And, it was awesome. And it was actually a photo shoot that they did to benefit or fundraise money for the 4th of July fireworks in Marquette. And so we got quite a few people that came out there, and some of these little kids that would come in would be terrified because they think you're actually the real deal, which we are, of course.
Of course,
we are the real deal.
Yeah.
And this one little boy, though, he was probably 3 years old, and he came in and wanted to take 100 pictures with Darth Vader. It's the coolest thing. And then he was really upset when he had to leave, and he left, and then he came back later, and his parents had him in a Darth Vader sweatshirt, and so took some pictures with Darth Vader in his Darth Vader sweatshirt, and that was such a cool experience, and remember that one forever, for sure.
That's awesome, dude. That's great. All right, well, yesterday, as of this recording, it was Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the space dads out there. And we got since we're interviewing Darth Vader, basically, we got to pose this question. Okay, so why did Vader want Luke to be in the family business?
Ooh, good question. I think the answer to that is just Luke was really not happy working for Darth Vader, was really not happy working for the boss he had. And he was sick of it. And so he's like, all right, Luke, join me. We're going to overthrow this boss mob style. And you and me, we're going to rule the galaxy. That's his strategy right there.
Heather, what say you?
I don't know how to top that. Yeah, that's interesting. I think when I look at the story, I think I'm going to go deep for like 30 seconds. But I have to wonder if Vader saw years of not having what he originally wanted, of a connection with someone strong in the Force, and he had his opportunity, and he's like, I'm going to take it and see if I can get him in and pass on what he had to maybe, and I'm probably giving Vader more credit than he deserves, but he's such a cool character that it's hard not to want to build more of that. But I don't know, possibly seeing what his relationship was with Obi-Wan, to see a young pup who can use the Force. I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
Okay. Aaron.
I'm with Tyler on this one. I think, being a dad, I'm not a dad, but I know enough about dads to know that being a dad changes you, You're no longer the most important person in your life. And I think Anakin had a taste of that. But, Darth Vader's not really the model dad in this situation. He's a bit of an absentee, but there's still that seed of, wanting to have that connection with your kid. And I think, at least with The Empire Strikes Back, he's at the point where he sees Luke not necessarily as his son that he wants to reconnect with, but the Emperor's already told him, if he could be turned to the dark side, he would become a powerful ally. I think that was in 5. Was that in 5?
Yeah, that's in 5.
6.
You're good.
Okay. So I think at this point, Darth Vader's probably thinking more selfishly, where he's like, okay, we could turn him to the dark side, but if I could, have him on my side and throw over the Emperor, then, I would be the most powerful person in the galaxy because, I'm the dad and he's the son. But together we can overthrow the Emperor. But then it kind of feeds into his redemption arc too, where there's still that little bit of him that wants to reconnect with his son and, have that wholesome's not the right word, but just that, that pure good relationship that a father should have with his son, that he got promised with when he found out that Padme was pregnant, but he was never able to fully live out because of his turn to the dark side. And so we see that in Return of the Jedi when I think that desire shifts from, wanting Luke for selfish reasons and to help further his own ends. It adds fuel to the fire for his redemption and turn to the light side, where he's like, no, there's something better out there. And that something better is, what I should have been all along. A good dad.
A good dad. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So 18 years go by. 18 years go by. And he
never even writes a letter.
He didn't look on the Imperial HoloNet to type in Skywalker to see that he's on Tatooine. I don't know why he didn't do that. I'm not really sure. But again, the Emperor tells him, in your hate, you killed Padme. And, he looked on the HoloNet and Padme's dead in Naboo. There's a funeral, that kind of thing. But so 18 years go by, and then he's like, hey, the Force is strong with this one. And he blows up his big toy, and now he's on a manhunt to find out who this guy in the Force is. And then he finds out it's his son. So first he wants to kill him, and then he's like, nah. Like you said, Aaron, I think you're right too, Tyler. It's like, I just need a little. If I could turn him first, because that is kind of the Sith way. Like, hey, if he's gonna go dark, I want him to go dark with me. And then he uses the same line he uses with Padme. It's like, we can rule a galaxy, our way.
Oh yeah,
yeah, And so, it's. I don't know. It's just like, it's kind of like, I think it like anybody that's in like in a trade, like, hey, my dad's a plumber and I want to be a plumber, or my dad's a carpenter, I'm gonna be a carpenter. And I think Vader's kind of like, I know he's got the talent, and I see a lot of talent, and I see me and him, because again, Anakin and Luke are echoes of each other. But I just find it odd that 18 years, and he's like, well, I just want you to be. It didn't turn out good for me. Like, it's almost like, so I want you to be miserable with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah, it's like, why would you, like, dude? Because he's been, like, Anakin has been on both sides. He's like, I was a good guy, now I'm a bad guy, and now he wants to take his son from the farm and be like, you got to be a bad guy.
I like that. I like that take, actually. I'm on board with that.
I don't know. I don't know if I buy it, man. It just seems, I mean, I think he's just like, I need to get out of Palpatine's grip, and I know you can do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. And it's like you said, Aaron, earlier, it's selfish. He's being Anakin, because he's selfish with Padme, because he's like, I want to keep you forever. Dude, that's not normal. It's not normal. So now he's like, I need to get out of this, because I'm on a CPAP machine, and I can't breathe by myself, and this is not going well, and I got to get out of here. And it's like, it's almost equatable, like, because, I'm a dad. It's like that parent that lives through a kid. Like, oh, I was such a greatest football player, and then my knee blew out. So now I'm going to put all my energy in this kid to do exactly what I couldn't do, to take down the Emperor. That's my hot take.
I take back what I said. I'm on Todd's side now.
Your allegiance has been swayed.
Oh, yeah. I think it's like, if you're talking about dad stuff, like if he, first of all, he doesn't trust the Emperor at all. And now he finds out he's got a kid, like an 18-year-old secret. You're like, whoops. Yeah, I never saw Padme. She was gone before I came and rescued you. Now he's mad. He's like, all right, it's kind of like, I'm going to train him before we go to the Emperor and make this happen, And even though he's young and raw, I can help. We can do it together, But then he cuts off his hand. It's like, dude. Anakin's not so smart, man. He's not smart, man.
I mean, he's got a loaded weapon. He's got to take care of that first.
right.
If he loses a hand in the process, what's a hand between family members?
I know. Well, it's also his lightsaber. He just tossed into, Cloud City. It's like, dude, Obi-Wan told me to save that. And
that was yours.
That was yours. Dad, that was yours.
You know what it was is Anakin was still sour that Dooku cut off his right hand, and he was like, "All right, Luke, I'm going to show you what it's like. This is what it is."
Yep.
Welcome to the family business. You gotta be part robot to do this.
So I have to play devil's advocate.
All right,
because that's why I'm here.
That's right.
Well, I've been listening to you guys, and it's very fascinating. And I've clung on to something, Todd, that you said, where he was a good guy and then a bad guy, and then showing good guy tendencies near the end. And I'm just like, and I'm going to get so hated for this. But was he ever a good guy? I think is where I'm going. Part of that is you've got this young pip squeaky kid who being held under slavery. So never had really a life of his own that, we know of as when we're introduced to him in the films. And he's kind of got an attitude. Yeah. He's then taken under the wings of the Jedi and then kind of controlled by them. We see, by the second film that he's all now teenage angsty, still kind of having some issue, still not getting his way. He's still not in charge of anything.
But he also has a Sith Lord, talking to his ear.
I mean, sure.
You're the best.
And, and then even in the awkward romantic relationship that is him and Padme, like the one good thing that he's got going for him, he somehow sabotages. And,
Well, let's get this straight. He's not in love with Padme.
He likes the idea of Padme being in love with him.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
He is 100% creeper, man.
Totally.
I mean, he just basically latches, he's like, "Are you an angel?"
Best line of the movie.
Best line of the movie. "Are you an angel?" He's infatuated with her, but not in love, And even when he comes back in Revenge of the Sith, he still he wants to keep it going, this infatuation. And it's like, dude, we're going to have a kid. You can't be going down the Outer Rim and going with Obi-Wan Kenobi and all this stuff. And he's just not, he's not ready for it. He's not ready for it.
Because he's young and angsty and a pipsqueak, and he's just not willing to mature. This is why also he didn't become a master.
Yes. And here's the thing. Here's I'm kind of going back with you, Heather. Here we go. He loves aggressive negotiations. I mean, he is more in tune with his emotions in that way than again, dealing with Padme or the Council or anything like that. When Anakin's at home, it's when he's fighting. That's when he's at home. That's when he's at peace, because he can't communicate with Padme. He doesn't know how to communicate. He's like, "Me, guy, you, girl, let's," I mean, he can't do it, and he's got Palpatine. Papa P is in his ear, "You're the best. You're the best. Why? I don't understand why they don't trust you." And
have you seen Red Letter Media's review of Attack of the Clones?
I have not. I've seen most of them.
It might be the funniest thing ever.
Okay.
So there's this character, Mr. Plinkett, who's he's a handful. But anyway, he gives a list of he analyzes Anakin's actions with Padme and gives his own dating advice. All right. Split into do's and don'ts.
Right.
So the do's that Anakin does well. He's got good looks.
Yep.
He asks questions. He has appropriate assertiveness. He's talking about love. He carries her luggage, and he listens to her prattle on about herself.
Right.
But then there's the don'ts of dating, which Anakin demonstrates. Inappropriate compliments. Inappropriate assertiveness. Talking too much about yourself and your job. Being whiny.
Yep.
Interrupting. Losing temper. Forced apology. Supporting fascism. Murders women and children.
Right.
Brings a corpse home. Psychotic monomaniacal rant. Weird, creepy comments. Like 7 times. Weird, creepy comments.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not in love with Padme. He doesn't really even know what it is, I don't think.
Yeah.
But he likes the idea of someone being in love with him and controlling them.
So
and, that bleeds over with his relationship with Luke.
Right. So to answer your question, Heather, I don't think he was fully. He was in for himself. I don't think he was in it for the Jedi Order.
Right.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm not, and I agree with that. And I think, Aaron, you were going kind of where I was headed. Is I don't. The more that I think about it, I don't. To kind of play on the other words used, I think he liked the idea of being, like, to throw the father card out there, and to be. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Crap, I had a really great point, you guys.
Oh.
It's gone. It's been a long day.
Vaporized.
I don't know. Just the idea of being in charge and being the leader.
Yes.
And having a parental voice in this young kid.
He wants to step up to the responsibility laid out for him by nature of him being a father.
Yes.
No, he wants no.
No, yes.
No. He wants
but
a
he's
trophy.
Evil, so then it backfires on him.
No, he wants not only did he want a trophy wife, he wanted a trophy kid. That's what he wanted. He wanted to ride Luke's tail in a sense and say, that's my boy. He just killed the Emperor. Well, I did too, but he killed him. That's what he wanted. And that those two, his ideas, those two would take over, would take over the world, take over the galaxy. And that's what he wanted. He didn't want a relationship, in a sense, So, I know. It's deep.
Family stuff is hard.
Yeah, and I think Star Wars does a beautiful job of saying it's not clean.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like every holiday, Father's Day's not, is just the same. It's like some people are like, dude, my dad's the best. I love my dad. Or, you have the other angle where my dad passed away. I didn't really know him, or we had an estranged relationship. And every time somebody brings it up and I see all these pictures, you get the FOMO. It's like, I can't look at my phone because I don't have a good relationship with my dad and all this stuff. And you get all that in a bag of chips in Star Wars because there's a lot of dads, there's a lot of good dads, and there's a lot of bad dads. Django wanted a clone of himself. A little selfish, but that's okay.
It's a little narcissistic.
But he's not growth accelerated. He wanted him to grow up. So.
You know what would be better for this world?
What?
2 of me.
Right. You have Han Solo, greatest star pilot in the galaxy, and he left his kid.
Man, absentee dads, that's like a new turn for Disney. Usually it's dead mothers.
Well, or like in Frozen, like they both die. And
it's just like,
yeah.
All are dead.
All are dead. That's what makes a hero, though. Is those adversities. But yeah, I mean, family stuff is messy, and we're closing out episode 9 with the name, the Skywalker saga. So there's a lot of power into it, but it's very it's not clean either. Not clean. So any final thoughts before we wrap this up about the family business?
Kind of.
Okay.
I did have a question for Tyler.
Go ahead.
As a Darth Vader 501ster.
Yeah.
Also, assuming that you don't live under a rock and have seen the trailer for episode 9. What was your reaction and is your reaction to Kylo redoing his helmet that we can only appear is melding Kylo and Darth together?
So, first of all, I watched. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to Celebration, which was really upsetting.
Sad.
Really upsetting. But
sad.
I live streamed like the entire week, so that's okay. Second best thing.
Right, yeah.
But obviously I was live streaming when they showed the trailer premiere for the first time. And there were 2 things about that particular part with Kylo that kind of caught my eye. The first was, obviously you can tell he somehow got the entire remnants of his destroyed helmet that he had that temper tantrum in the elevator with, and was able to fuse them all together. And it's that brokenness of that helmet that just brought me back to The Force Awakens when you see him, with Darth Vader's melted helmet. And it's that same camera effect around it, and same kind of, sinister, look at what I did for you, grandfather, kind of thing. It's really cool. I appreciated that scene a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Well, and again, he's like, my dad left me, but he's better.
Grandpa still got me.
But
he's still good. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. I know. I just find that interesting that the man that we think of as a father in this whole discussion, he's having some really strange positive, I put positive in quotes for those who can't see, relationship with his grandson that they've never even met.
Yeah.
It's weird and kooky. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So is family. All right, Heather.
Yes, sir.
What time is it?
It's time for the news of the week.
And now, the Star Wars news of the week.
So, let's see what we have first. Dun, da, da, da. Star Wars Land. Apparently it contains a piece of Colin Trevorrow's version of Episode 9 via Polygon.com. Listen, I only read the news, people.
Okay.
I'm just here to report. I am the vessel in which things are communicated.
It's mock surprise and outrage. Don't worry.
There we go. All right. Whew. So, the world of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which we're all super excited to get to, is full of iconic vehicles from the Star Wars films. But one ship has never appeared in any of the films or expanded universe. Yet.
So,
among the X-Wing fighter, the classic Millennium Falcon, and an A-Wing fighter sits a First Order TIE Echelon. The design apparently was born from director Colin Trevorrow's version of Episode 9. So we're all freaking out, right?
Freaking out.
Great.
A little bit.
Great. Not a lot, just enough to
This is the sound of me freaking out.
Keeping it exciting. So, Trevorrow came into prominence after Jurassic World, was originally attached to direct what is now known as Rise of Skywalker, but he left the project due to creative differences.
Oh yeah, we heard that before.
Right, I mean drama. It's all about the drama in Star Wars.
The movie would already been out in May. I know.
Okay. But in a statement from 2012, Colin has been a wonderful collaborator throughout the development process, but we have all come to the conclusion that our visions for the project differ, and that was between Lucasfilm and Colin. So one of the pieces from the episode 9 was the TIE Echelon that served as an armed troop transport for the First Order. Well, Galaxy's Edge was still in the planning process. Imagineering team, what do? We need to develop a new ship, and dun da da da, we have the TIE Echelon.
Boom. Wow.
So
there you go.
That's it. That's all I have. We got a new ship, people.
Hooray!
Hooray! So,
because we don't have enough of those. Oops, did I just say that?
Although everyone should check that ship out because it looks pretty cool.
It does look good. It
Yeah.
does look good. Yeah.
So that's what I know.
All right.
All right.
Thanks
Aaron.
for sharing.
Aaron, do you
Okay.
have anything you'd like to share with the rest of the team?
Why, yes, I do. All right, so a crew of visual effects artists, they took a good, long, hard look at the CGI of the Star Wars prequels. So, all right, there's this YouTube channel called Corridor Digital. They're pretty amazing. Go check them out. They pretty much do really cool visual effects videos all the time for YouTube. They've been in the game for a long time. They're awesome. So, but they have a little like sub show within their channel called VFX Artists React, because everybody loves React channels. And
how would you know?
So, I
did you read that in the newspaper?
I've been known to. I saw it on 60 Minutes.
Okay.
I've been known to plumb the depths of YouTube a time or two. So anyway, so they have a new episode out where they take a look at the Star Wars prequels, which in many ways is kind of the turning point for modern visual effects. So the prequels, they pioneered and heavily used many techniques and styles that would define visual effects work in the 21st century, which we're only like 20 years in. So I think that's a pretty bold statement.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So basically the conclusion, to save you however long this video is, a lot of the effects actually hold up pretty well, ? Because there's a lot of techniques that you don't even notice. Like there's waterfalls on Naboo, and it's not actually water, and it's not CGI generated water. It's a bunch of salt poured over a black screen.
Salt,
not
sand.
Yep.
Not sand. Yeah.
Salt. They were predicting the reactions of the fanboys. I think there's a joke in there somewhere. So they even give props to Jar Jar, hence the teaser for this bit, for a 100% CG character for 1999, he looks pretty good.
He looks good
for what he is.
Yes, that's right.
Like if you compare it to the first digital character, where it's young Sherlock Holmes, I want to say. There's like this stained glass knight figure that like fights him for like 10 seconds. It's a pretty big improvement.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got
That's
for this
awesome.
news item. Go check out Corridor Digital's VFX Artists React.
All right. Star Wars survey shows that The Last Jedi backlash is based on sexism. Here we go.
What?
Here we go. Here we go.
The big one.
Here's the
Strap
big
in.
one. Strap in. Here we go, guys. This is from WeGotThisCovered.com. All right. We all know online tensions were surrounding Rian Johnson's film. Has yet to simmer down after a year and a half. Duh. Okay. So, a social scientist named Mark H. White surveyed 5,000 people, found that Star Wars fans roughly fall into three categories. Prequel skeptics, who love the franchise but rate the prequels lower than the rest. Makes sense. Saga lovers, who rate everything highly. I love Star Wars. And TLJ disowners who rate only The Last Jedi very negatively. In the third category, White noted negative reactions to female characters like Vice Admiral Holdo, Rey, and Rose Tico, and wrote that sexist attitudes were found to be more prevalent in this particular group. And I quote, "Those disowning The Last Jedi tend to score higher on the sexism, though, as you can see, not everyone who hates The Last Jedi is a sexist." Well, that's good. There you go. This demonstrates
I would hope not.
Yeah, this demonstrates some empirical evidence that sexism plays a role in the attitude towards The Last Jedi. End quote. The survey also asked fans for their thoughts on political correctness and rate their political beliefs on a scale from very liberal to very conservative. According to White's finding, TLJ disowners are more likely to believe political correctness is a negative force in society and less politically liberal. So there you go. It's worth a read. You can go check out Mark H. White 2. There's 2 of them out there. He's number 2.
The sequel.
The sequel, yeah. But, it's just trying to gain further insight on the heated thing that is The Last Jedi. So, yeah. Since, Tyler, you're here, you're new, where do you stand on The Last Jedi?
It's kind of weird. So the first time I saw that movie, I thought I loved it.
Okay.
And
that was me too.
I left the theater and I was like, man, this is a refreshing movie. Doesn't follow the same A New Hope theme that The Force Awakens did. This is something totally different. I love it. Then I saw it a second time. And that's when I started I wasn't sold on it. I don't hate it. I'm not one of those people who hates the movie. But
clearly, if you hate it, you're sexist too.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Right.
No. It's tough for me. I'm not a huge fan of what Ryan chose to do with Luke. I respect that he had the whole First Order and the Resistance got away because of him. I like that part of it, but I'm still not a huge fan of how he chose to end Luke's arc. Yeah, and then also Space Leia is a whole nother topic I don't want to get into. And
that's a whole nother show. Yeah.
And also, I do think that Akbar should have been the one to make the sacrifice.
Oh, here we go.
So, I'm on that bandwagon as well.
Okay. Well, I think, again, this survey is just showing that you're trying to get to the bottom of it. Is it Russian trolls? Is it, what is it? Is it, fanboys, fangirls that don't like, this new, there's a lot into it. It's deep. It's not just one thing.
Right.
But again, this is just another survey trying to figure out why is everybody so up in arms with The Last Jedi? Heather, I think we should end this on a very positive note. So go.
Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't ask me my opinion.
I'm. No.
You don't want to know my opinion.
I'm just going to say there was only one character in The Last Jedi who was shirtless, and it was not a female. So.
We know which team Heather's on.
Okay. But yes, let's end this on a totally different note, everybody.
Please do.
Okay, so some of us are still recouping, catching up on sleep, trying to regain our checkbook balances and paying off whatever credit cards we had, because now everyone's freaking out because Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2020, we have official dates. So
yeah, of course they dropped this on Thursday right after our episode drops. Like, come on, people, can you?
So, so August 27th through the 30th in 2020 at Anaheim Convention Center, we will be once again experiencing Star Wars Celebration. Tickets go on sale June 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And
Friday.
I am here to tell you, they're going to go fast and you're not going to know what hit you. I am sure there are people who are thinking, I can't budget that far in advance. I don't know what's going on. But like good Star Wars fans, we don't care, so we're just buying them anyway, hoping for the best.
There goes your 401k.
Right? We can live off of ramen for a little while. It'll be fine. Oh, man.
For like a year.
Anything for the mouse.
Yeah, right.
But again, we're looking at 4 fun-filled days of major announcement, immersive exhibits, interactive show floor, screenings, exclusive merchandise, celebrity guests, panels, autograph session, costumes. I mean, they're going to have it all.
They are.
It's a wild world of Star Wars out there.
Yeah, and it will be
it's all in one place.
Yeah, and it's going to be the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Best movie ever. So it's going to be good.
But
you have to make a decision by Friday because they will not last that long.
No.
So, Tyler, have you ever been to a celebration?
I have not, and it is going to be. If it's not Anaheim, it's following that. I'm hoping it goes to Orlando. That's my dream. Would be Orlando.
Okay.
But my strategy is buy tickets on Friday, and worst case scenario, you can't go. You mark them up and you sell them for more than you paid for them.
Scalping.
So you're gonna say I'm kind of gonna try to go, but if it doesn't work out, flip it. Just flip it.
Exactly. I'm planning on buying the full 5-day pass. And, And then worst case scenario, something backfires.
Yeah,
I'll get a buyer.
That's a good strategy. I like that strategy. Heather.
Yes.
You're going to Disney anyway, so you're like.
Yeah, so I'm doing Walt Disney World here in August.
Yeah.
And luckily we'll be there at the time that Galaxy's Edge opens down there. So
right.
I think I have to call it, and that's going to be my Star Wars celebration.
There you go.
I don't think I can swing Anaheim, but
yeah,
I'll take Galaxy's Edge.
For sure.
Right. For sure.
It's not a bad plan B.
Yeah. It's not a bad plan B. No, not at all. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like, I don't know. This is where you wish it was a little spaced out, because literally it was just 2 months ago in Chicago, and now like, hey guys, you haven't even recovered, but we got to drop the tickets, in a week. It's like,
it never ends. There's always more.
The machine goes. So, but yeah, we had a blast in Chicago. We had a blast. It was a lot of fun, but it's just too close. It's just too close.
It's too close.
Too close. All right, Heather.
Anyway, yes. It's Cantina chat time, guys. This is our time where we share our personal feelings about geeky-related things and the things we've done this past week.
Oh my gosh.
Tyler, as the guest of honor, what fun geeky things have you done this week? Star Wars or un-Star Wars related?
I got a mini Thanos Funko Pop keychain from Infinity War, and it is now on my keys, which is awesome because I got it half off at FYE, which is a technology store by us. And so now I have Thanos Endgame, Thanos Infinity War right next to each other on my keys, and everybody who sees my keys will see a Lego Darth Vader and 2 Thanoses.
That's awesome.
You're like legit prepped to take over the world, aren't you?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm assembling the world's mightiest villains to battle the Avengers.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Oh, that's great. All right, Aaron.
Yes.
Have you done anything exciting this past week?
Boy, have I. So
keep this under 10 minutes, all right?
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, as you all know, I'm a bit of an audio engineer, and I got invited by my roommate who works with this this indie filmmaking company to go out and help them on a couple of their shoots. So I signed an NDA so I can explain what we did, but there's
the mystery.
Yeah, it's top secret. But it was a product launch video, and it took 3 days to shoot everything. I was a production assistant, which basically means you're not skilled at anything, so just kind of help out wherever. But that's just how it works in the industry. You gotta pay your dues. They gotta see how you actually work before they give you anything to do. It's not an interview type position. So a lot of on-the-job training. And first day was like 12 hours. The second day, it was a 19-hour day. We call time was 7:30, and my roommate and I got back home at 2 a.m. It was a bit nuts. And then the following day was another 12er, but they were pretty happy with what I was doing. I helped out with some audio stuff while I was there. They had a couple of scenes that needed dialogue, and they needed a voiceover to be recorded, and they were pretty pleased. And so your boy got hired, doing some bounty work, independent contractor life.
Nice,
so
dude.
I've been negotiating contracts.
There you
go. I got to set up a business banking account this week, and but yeah, it's pretty cool because I love working with this group of people. They're paying me some pretty good money. So
cool, dude.
Yeah, I feel like I'm stepping out into a larger world.
Larger world. That's right. And you're being a bounty hunter. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's that independent contractor life,
Can't
be cool
glamorous.
because I never had to sign a contract before, and I actually had the audacity to argue on a couple of the clauses and got them to change it.
You're like, wait a minute, no disintegrations?
Exactly. It was a minor thing. Like, I have to take the train out there because I don't have a car, and they had a thing in there that said, you're responsible for all travel expenses, but if the production runs over schedule and I miss the last train out of there, I'm paying for a $50 Uber back. So I'm just like, hey, can you change this so if production runs over schedule, you'll reimburse me for it? And they're like, yeah, cool. I'm like, I just had to ask. So
my Starship is in the shop. Okay, I know it's embarrassing, but
you want a hunk of junk? You check out my roommate's car. All right, he buys a 1995 Toyota Paseo for $590. It's a handwritten bill of sale, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And nothing works on it. None of the door locks worked. So he had to leave it in a parking garage and hope no one would steal it. But come on, who's stealing a 1995 Toyota Paseo? Yeah,
exactly.
But he's slowly replacing all the parts in it. He just put new tires on it. He put new racing seatbelts on it. Where I don't know, it's crazy. But anyway.
I've made a couple modifications myself. If we would just get in.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I'm incredibly grateful for these opportunities that have come up. Dude. They've been really cool. I guess it's nerdy. I don't know. It's what I'm doing.
That's right.
It's in Cantina Chat. But
there you go.
Enough about that. Todd, what have you been up to?
Well, I finished Aliens 3 Audible Original. That was really fun. I am diving deep into ABC 123 Alphabet Squadron, which is a new book that just came out last week. So if you're a fan of the old Legends series, X-Wing, I would highly recommend this because it kind of fills that void of, ragtag group of pilots trying to get the Emperor, the remnants of the Empire, which is kind of cool. So this is post Return of the Jedi, and just the forming of, the New Republic. So I highly recommend that. You can go to audibletrial.com/WSTR. Get it started. I did a troop on Saturday. It was raining.
Whoa!
It was raining, and we didn't think it was going to happen, but the skies opened up, and we went to a baseball game, the Joliet Slammers, and they had Star Wars night, and so the skies opened up, and there was clear skies for the baseball game. So we're like, play ball. So a couple of us went out there for the Midwest Garrison and did a troop. It was so much fun. So I got to take the family with, and we all got, to have fun and watch some baseball. So it's always good to troop. I love trooping. I love little kids, and it's always fun. Father's Day, my wife Jen blessed me with so many books. So I have Star Wars, Stormtrooper Beyond the Armor. It's all about stormtroopers.
Nice.
Star Wars Icons, Han Solo, all about Han Solo. Star Wars C-3PO does not like sand. Ooh. Oh my gosh, it's great. And then I'm so excited for this. It's the Industrial Lights and Magic presents Making Solo a Star Wars Story. I am like a sucker for behind the scenes stuff, and I can't wait. And then she got me a Stranger Things comic that is like going to be awesome. So yeah, I was like totally blown away. Got some cool stuff, and I am going to be reading, and my head's going to get just bigger with more Star Wars knowledge. It's going to be great. So that's
she treats you right.
Yeah, she does. So thank you, Jen. You're amazing. And she puts up with all my shenanigans as well. So, Heather.
Yes.
What say you?
Well, as I shared, I'm going to Walt Disney World, and I'm going with my besties to celebrate our big birthday year this year. And because you want to do it right, I bought myself some new luggage.
Of course.
There you go.
But not just any luggage.
Was it Star Wars luggage?
It's R2-D2 luggage.
Oh my gosh.
I knew it was droids.
It had to be a droid. So
when you pick them up from the airport, you can say, these are the droids I'm looking for.
Basically.
Exactly.
So super excited. That's kind of the big thing that happened. Those got delivered. May or may not have freaked out a little bit because they're really cool.
Did you get like a 3-set? What did you get?
So where I got them from and what was available, it's a 2-setter. So that'll be good. Again, with just the white, blue, gray color scheme. I have other bags that would coordinate, for lack of a different word, to come onto the plane with me. So I'll look chic and cool and legit because, yeah, that's important.
That is important.
So no, it's good. It'll be just what I need and bring home all the souvenirs and yeah. And then awesome. Today, as of today's recording, today is Bruce's birthday. So
oh, nice.
So shout out to the brother.
Tip of the hat.
Awesome. Tip of the hat.
Well,
we owe a lot to Bruce. Yeah. Good.
We do.
Awesome.
So.
All right. Why don't you wrap us up, Heather?
I'm gonna put a bow on this.
Oh, okay.
I'm not just gonna wrap it. I'm gonna put a bow on it.
Fancy.
So thank you again for listening to another episode of WSTR Galactic Public Access. You guys know the drill. You need to find us on social media. WSTR Media. All lowercase, all one word. And of course, we want to hear from you. So comment, tweet us, find us on iTunes, and give us a thumbs up. You can email us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com, or you can leave us a voicemail at 630-557-WSTR. Also 630-557-9787, and then you can leave us a voicemail. just like our celebration friend Jeremy did.
What?
So, Jeremy left us a message talking about the Jedi Fallen Order. So, roll the clip.
Rolling.
Hey guys, Jeremy calling here from Disneyland, and pretty excited to be here. Saw your guys' post on Twitter and calling in to leave a message about the Jedi Fallen Order. Got to see the live stream from EA yesterday, and the graphics are absolutely out of this world. The gameplay looks legit. The storyline is pretty crazy, all the way from seeing the Wookiees in the cage to seeing Cal Kestis be able to run on the walls and force pull people to him and stab them with the lightsabers. And I don't know how Star Wars can get any better than it is right now. It's just out of control. Just sucks for guys like me that are uncoordinated to play games like that and not be able to enjoy them. So I gotta watch everybody on YouTube or other friends that get the games and find out and see the storyline from them. But the game itself, I cannot wait to see when it comes out, to see the rest of the story. But again, calling in, giving my thoughts on the game. Keep up the good work over there. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. That's
Jeremy,
great
that
to
was
hear
great.
from you. And you too, listening at home, can call in anytime you want. 630-557-WSTR, 630-557-9787. And you could be on the podcast too.
Hey.
Dude, see, like, he went deep. He was at Disneyland in Galaxy's Edge and calling us about the new Jedi Fallen Order. I mean, it's a couple layers of geekdom right there,
Layers. So, and if you need something to talk to us about, you go to podcast.wstrmedia.com, listen to our back catalog of episodes, and then you can call us and talk to us about it. All right. We need to get 700 followers on Instagram.
Tyler, you got at least 2 friends, right, bud?
I've got a wide variety of followers. I'm going to spread the word.
There you go. There you go.
Wonderful.
Because we've got a prize. We've got a prize waiting.
Yes. Yes.
For the fans.
I'll make sure everyone knows that there's a prize. That always entices people.
Right. It's free.
Awesome. And then merch. We've got merch stored at WSTRmedia.com. So you officially know everything about us. But Tyler, what if we want to know more about you? Are you available on any of the social medias?
I am available on social media. You guys can follow me on Instagram, and my handle is ANH Darth Vader. And I haven't posted that often because I haven't trooped, but there'll be more content coming shortly. And as always, it's the best of the best Darth Vader. So
flat back,
Very cool. Very cool. So
are you on
Darth
Twitter? Are you on
Vader.
Twitter or no?
I am not on Twitter yet.
You don't tweet?
I'm planning on joining Twitter shortly, but Vader's a little bit...
Turn back while you still can.
Vader's a little bit behind in the Twitter game.
Well, you're dealing with your old tech. That's the problem. You're dealing with 1977 tech. It just wasn't there.
No, it's out to get me, that's for sure.
Right. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, Tyler. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, well,
yes, thank you so much.
I appreciate all you guys for having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah. Where can we find out what garrison you are? What's the socials there? Do you know?
Yeah, so first of all, my garrison's the Great Lakes Garrison. Easy enough to remember because Michigan, Great Lakes State. Got the mitten and so website is greatlakesgarrison.com. You can go there and find our roster, find out a little bit about some of the troops that we've done and are doing. We have an event calendar on there. And then if you want more info, we do have a link to a forum so you can see how to go about joining. And then also just the 501st website in general. If you're not from Michigan, you can find your local garrison there. Go ahead and join that way. But if anyone's thinking about it, pull the trigger and do it, because it's such a rewarding experience.
It's so fun, isn't it?
You've been told.
Exactly.
Right? By Darth himself, so...
That's right. Enlist in the Empire now.
Oh, man. All right. Well, next week, episode 128, another guest. We have Brandon coming back from Talking Bay 94, and we will be talking about The Rise of Skywalker, which is now officially less than 6 months away. Everybody take a deep breath. We're going to be okay. Todd's not. Todd's freaking out, but Todd always freaks out, so we're good.
Yeah, I do freak out about it.
So, all right. Well, one last thing to finish out the episode. Gentlemen, are you ready? I've got nodding.
Yeah.
I've got nodding. Good. Okay, let's take it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now
this
is
podcasting.
We did it. We got the man himself, Vader, on for Father's Day.
Yeah.